Hey everybody, welcome back to Scrap Mechanic. I've obviously been working a little bit on some of the basic structure. You can see I've got some beams here. The walls actually go all the way around up at their tallest point so far, and I think they actually might stop there. I'm thinking about from the top of those, bringing it into the beam. That is actually at the same height. Doing that around at least the outside and probably the inside as well, and have a second floor. But before I talk about any of that stuff, let me show you some quick changes I made to the door. You can see I've got some lights on the back. Things look a little bit different. I tweaked this a little bit. I'm just going to go ahead and open this. And you'll see this back up. I've got the middle bars kind of spinning around. Rather than just rotate once and display the lights, kind of flip them to the outside, I let it rotate all the way through. I think that was kind of cool. Let me go ahead and hit that again. So you'll see this go around, and then they basically do a 360 and then the 180 to close. They just start them at different times. So there you go, slight change to the door. And let's step back out here and show you one more thing. I've got the switches out here, one on each side, but I went ahead and put a motion detector down as well, and I have that set so I can drive a vehicle in here. Now, I couldn't sink it into the ground. When I tried to do it the way these blocks are in the ground, I couldn't get this to work because I couldn't attach it to the wall. I wanted to attach to the ground below, and so I couldn't get that to work. But anyway, I figured it's not a big deal if it stood up a little bit. So the idea is we would kind of drive a vehicle, over the top of this thing. That opens the door. Now when I step off, they'll want to reverse what they were doing. But I figured if I just kind of drove up and waited for this to pull open far enough, I could then just go ahead and drive on through and let it close. But anyway, it was just something I put in temporarily. But today what I'd like to do is actually make a lift. I want to make a lift that raises up to that highest point so I can kind of quickly get up there, especially from the back. I'm thinking that I have a staircase going up here, and I'm thinking I might do one here and kind of come back with it and go up and do it right over here as well. And I was thinking that it'd be nice to have something in the back. So let's get started on this. So one of the first things I did was I want everything to be centered. I'm doing everything very symmetrical here, other than the mechanics for the doorway under there. Everything else is very symmetrical in here. So I wanted the center of the door, and I brought that line over here, and that's what these two blocks were doing here. And then I've set down this flooring here, and you can see I've got this like this. I guess I could have left that there. But what I wanted to do is wrap kind of metal around here so that I knew the area I was going to be working with. Now, one thing I'm going to say right off the bat is I have not made an elevator or anything. Sometimes it's nice to kind of make something ahead of time, try it, get used to the mechanics, and then actually bring you guys in and show you, but I haven't done that with this. I think I know how I'm going to do it, and I think it's going to work okay. Fingers crossed. So that's why I'm just going to go ahead and jump in here and do it. But anyway, there we go. That's the area we will be standing in, essentially. And I do want to raise this up. I might have to raise this up quite a bit. Thinking about the mechanics that are going to be essentially underneath this thing, I might need more room. Let's see. We might be okay. I'm just trying to think about how this will play out and how many bearings we'll need. Now, the height from counting this block all the way up to counting that block is 20 blocks. So I thought, okay, well, if you did 4 arms, they would need to extend. They would need to be 5 blocks long if they were fully extended, and we probably don't want to do that. And I've got an area of 5 in here. Actually, do I have more than that? These are 4, 3, and 1. Oh, I guess, do I have 8, really? 4, yeah, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's good. In my mind, I wasn't really sure how big I was going to make the lift area, and I had just put this floor down. So I guess I'm giving myself more room than I might need, but we'll go ahead and keep it at that. Let's see. So first things first, I need to put down. Let's get that out. We need a bearing. Not sure why I don't have the bearing down here. Probably messing around with something earlier. Now let's see, I think I'll take out some blocks here to allow some room for this. We're going to start things very simply at first. So I'm going to do, actually let's drag this out to here maybe. And I don't know if it's smart for me to do it right up against the edge there. And then we're going to just kind of put the controls out here. Actually, in the meantime, I think we'll just put them, if I can actually land up on this thing. Get up there. Actually, we can just do it here. Let's do that. I want it nearby, someplace I can reach pretty easily, just to be testing this. Okay, controller to this guy, switch to that. And that is the current state. I think that's good where it's at. And what we want to do is, I like to use, I typically choose the pink. So I'm going to say the pink is my first opening state, essentially. So I'm going to flip that around. And then we'll go pink to, I don't want to go 180, but we might stretch it pretty far. Let's do 135, that's fine. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and hit this. That's not what I wanted to hit. Okay, so there you go. And of course that's going to extend much farther than I needed. I just completely did my math wrong. I only need to go not 90, a little less than 90. I was actually thinking a little more than 90, but that obviously is not correct. Let's not do 90, but let's do 60. Let's try that. Okay, so it would extend something like that. I think that might work. Yeah, okay. So then, let's do this guy. Let's lower this back down. And we're just going to alternate these, right? We're going to kind of go back and forth here. So this will extend all the way to here. Okay, I'm trying to think. Maybe I will extend this all the way as well. Because it seemed to snap in okay on the other side. I think this is going to be okay. Can't reach over this thing. We're going to redo this a bit. Actually meant to get rid of the switch. It's easier. Okay, one more time. One more time. Okay, cool. Let's get the bearing in here. And we'll do an arm. And a bearing. And an arm. Now, looking at how long this is and thinking about this some more, I don't know that I will need 8 arms. I may need less than that. Actually, but that's okay. I was going to say I might start this in the middle, but that would just mean that it would end out on one of the edges anyway. And I actually think it's better if you imagine this fully extended, that the arm's fully extended, the last one that's going to kind of get it there, the last one we do, it actually would be nice if it was kind of in the middle. So I think that's okay. Okay, so now we're here. Bring this over. So, there. Okay, so let's see. Let's go ahead and leave it at that. 5. Actually, let's do one more. One more. Okay, then I want to make sure that that pink is the direction I want to go in. This got twisted around. So pink opens that, and then this is where it gets kind of funny. You have to kind of imagine, okay, that means all of this tips. Then I want this one. I do have to connect these up first. 2, 3, we'll do in order. Oh, I'm getting dizzy. Spin this around. Okay, cool. So that goes up. That one's correct. Then let's see. That would do that. I need this one to go that way. So pretty much as these line up is probably right. Like pink on the left, and over here we want pink on the right. I think that's gonna be right. But of course, as always, we just will need to test this out. So let's go ahead and do 60 on all of these guys. I don't have a quick way to the roof up to where this is going to go. I probably should have set that up ahead of time. 60, okay. Okay, cool. Not quite what we were looking for. Oh, actually, you know, 60 is not enough. That's right. We need 90, and then, what is that, 60 more? So like 150? I think 160, though, is what they do. The first one we only need that, but the other ones need to go 150, yeah. This is not quite 180. They're almost fully extending, the ones beyond that very first one. Okay. And at the top, it may be a little bit less. The last one may get us, you know, too far, in which case it doesn't need to go as far. Okay, and that didn't quite work as well. Oh, I may have lost this one in that initial test. So, let's see. That's not quite right. We are straight up there. I suppose it's not that big a deal. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and delete these and then reset this up because I think we're probably close. We just have to reconnect these. Okay, we should be all set there. I basically deleted those arms and reconnected those, and also redid the math here. We were going from 60, and then I wanted to double that. For some reason, I was adding 60 more onto 90 and trying to get 150, something like that. I was just guesstimating, but that was overdoing it. So I've got those set for 120 now. And if I click that, you can see that extend all the way up there. And from this angle, you can, even from here, you can see that we don't really need the last two arms, or we can reduce the angle there a bit. So basically, if I've got, and I don't know if this math works out right or not, but we have 6, and I can get rid of 2, which means I can get rid of maybe a third of the angle. So let's see. So I'm thinking that we could go down to like 90 or something like that on these. Might be a thing. We could try it. Take all of these down to 90. And again, we may have to fiddle with the last one just a bit. So let's do that. So these all... Whoa! I need to do the last one as well, right? Come on, let's see. We'll do the last one to like 30 or whatever. We'll just give that a whirl. We'll see what this does here. Let's see how bad we're off. We're off pretty good there. It doesn't math right. I don't math right. Let's see. So let's do this to like 45. Maybe that's what it was, because then 90 is double. That's probably the issue here. Yeah. Okay, so again, we're just about there. I think what I'll do is I'll remove the current last arm, and then with this second guy here, we'll just reduce that angle a bit. I will have to get up there and kind of line that up and everything, I think, and see what that is looking like. But that's okay. I needed to get a way up there anyway. All right, one last time. We're just gonna hit this guy. So that'll put us close. Yep. Cool. I'm just gonna make a platform and get us up there real quick. Alrighty, we got the view from above here. I just made a platform stick out here, and I did these 2 ramps, kind of flipped in the tallway, and you can actually run up that pretty easily, so that'll work for now. Actually, it's funny because I thought about that earlier and thought, why make an elevator when you can just run up a ramp really quick? But come on, we're trying to automate things here, right? So here we go. We've got the arm here. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to bring the blocks right out to the edge here. There we go. And that way we can kind of see what's going on. And then I like to have nothing selected. It's kind of distracting sometimes. Okay, so anyway, there we go. Now we just need to figure out... Actually, you know what I'm realizing is we need this not only to be down, but we probably have to put some kind of swivel on the end of this to connect to the platform to make sure it's flat and everything. Interesting. Okay, so anyway, let's go ahead and reduce this. The last one, we're going to just do something subtle here. We're going to go to 60. Okay, and that goes down to there. Let's reduce this to 45. Okay, so there you go. And in fact, the best way to actually do this, I'm just realizing, yeah, interesting. Okay, cool. Let's do that. Basically, I just need to reduce this by 1 more. Hopefully that makes it flat, doesn't angle down. No, not what I want. You were so close before. Let's do that 45. Okay, so that was flat then, right there. Excellent. So what we're going to do is we're going to think about the platform here. I want to do, let's take this out. We're just going to raise this up. I don't know that I want to use metal for these corners, but I just need something up here for now. Be hard at these angles sometimes. There, here. Okay. Okay. Excellent. Let's do this. Get our corners, essentially. Okay, cool. So let's get this grate out here because I liked the idea of placing this kind of flat. And it looks like it's not going to let me connect it directly to this arm. But it might be that we can do this. We'll have to lower the arms a bit if we're going to do this. Yeah, okay. Let's see, something like that. So not quite. You can see it actually goes over our, over this bit here. And it might, I don't know if this is just too big, if this, no, it looks like it's probably just the angle is shifting us off a little bit. You can see that we're not quite lined up on this side either. I can actually do this to show it. We're just off a little bit. So we might be able to resolve that by taking maybe the second to last arm and reducing it a little bit. I'm gonna have to move that out of the way. And let's connect here. Okay. Let's give this a whirl. We're gonna lower this a bit. This guy we're just gonna go one notch down. Which flattens to there. And then we can actually do the last one again. Try to reduce this 15. Okay. So you can see we got a little bit of an angle there. It's not exactly flat. Granted, this might work. We can hit the switch here. So it does go down there. It's nice and snug, nice and flat right there. Ugh, not quite. It just hits that edge there. So let's go ahead and take this platform off. Bumps, yeah. What I want to do next is experiment and see whether it changes anything to use the actual block. I don't think it does though. Okay, so some quick experimenting found that the if I use the angle piece here, this guy here, I thought, you know what, maybe I can just kind of shove it in where it needs to go, like that'll kind of force it in, and that seemed to work pretty well. It kind of angles it, and it does overhang. You can see we've got a bit of an edge here. I thought I would do the same thing on this guy so that when they actually come up, as it comes up and hits it, it kind of guides it into place. I thought this might actually hook it here and mess it up, but it doesn't. It pulls it right back down just fine. So I think we might go with something like this. I'm just going to wrap these pieces around here. That looks yellow, but funny thing is it's just the light, just the sunlight there. Can I jump to the beam here? There we go. Look at that crafty jumping here. So let's see. I think, was that the right spot here? Yeah, 1. Okay, cool. Just making sure that I had this counted right. Can't drag these along and drop them. Let's jump back over here. Just about set. Pull this off. Okay. Oops. Not what I wanted. Okay. And then part of me was thinking about doing these on the corners. Something like that. Give it more of a finished look here. Okay. There we go. What do we think? Does it look hodgepodgey? Maybe a little bit. Let's go ahead and bring that down. So there it goes. It hops down there. We can actually come down here. Now the funny thing is, let me get rid of this really quick. You can see as we ride this up, I'm actually kind of curious if I can do this. Let me get rid of this guy. Let's do it here. All right. Can we see my shadow? So I think when I just went up it, and I think it put me airbound a little bit. I went airborne rather. Let's go ahead and see if we can see ourselves here. Oh, right. It does have to be connected, Ween. Okay, cool. There we go. And I wasn't looking. Okay. Is that... Man, did I never notice that before? I never noticed that before. I guess I don't have a shadow. Okay, well that's okay. So there we go. Now we would need to switch up here as well. I think we'll just do something temporarily on the ground. That'll work. Let's see. Oh, we're not going to be able to do it that way. That's right. We have this whole thing called multiple switches now, Weem. Anyway, I'm going to have to get one of those going. I completely forgot about that. So we'll do a multi-switch thing for this, so I can have probably one at the top, one at the bottom. I think I'll want one inside of this thing as well, so you can control it while you're inside of it. But anyway, I think that this is gonna work. Well, there we go. I've got the switches in, and you can see I wrapped a cage essentially around it to kind of wrap it up here. Now I've got a switch inside here, obviously, for when you're standing there. I've got one on the outside to bring it down if it's up there when you're down here. And I've got some other switches as well. I've got 2 up top. You can see them, and they face out to the right and to the left. So if you come at it from either of those sides, you have them. So that's 4 switches. Now I put a 5th switch up here. Let me show you this little diagram. I basically laid out a top-down view of the base right in here. So here you have the outer walls, the orange. This is the platform we're currently standing on in the corner. I even did the ramps, which we have stairs, but Anyway, we have wood for the door. And what I did was I put a switch right on top of essentially where the elevator is, so we can actually hit that and activate the elevator. And I think I'll put switches in here for other things as well. I'll put a switch maybe here to activate the door, and maybe take this one out that's down here. Or maybe I'll move, I think, is this one hooked up to it? Yeah, okay, maybe I'll move that one over. I end up with extra switches. In this case now we've got 6 going for this guy. So I put 4 over there, 1 on the wall I just showed you for the diagram, and then I had an extra, so I just put the switch on the floor here. Now, I messed this up a little bit. I'm going to change this. My sensor was supposed to be lined up over the top of my bar. Actually, you know what? No, I have the other one right next to it as well. Okay, so what I messed up was the rotating bar here is supposed to be 1 more up. And because it wasn't, I had to do a little arm off of each side here. If I go ahead and hit this, you'll see the arm is now not covering the sensor. Anyway, that's all cleanup for later. I just need to fix that up a little bit. But otherwise, I think we're pretty set here. I can actually, once again, I can step in here and hit the switch. And I actually slowed the... Whoa! We got hung up this time. Huh, it didn't hang up on me last time. Wow. Sent me flying. Let's go ahead and take a block out. Let's take these corner ones. These might be the offenders here. That's hilarious. Means we'll lose this switch, but that's okay. Mostly want to get this smooth. Let's give this a whirl. Let's see. We can hit that guy. Down we go. Okay, so I'm going to have to redo that and get a switch inside of here. Probably not on the edge this time, though. That sent us flying. But anyway, I think that was about it. I think that was it before I was distracted by flying in the air. We have it now. I think we're pretty good. Once again, I do have some cleanup, but otherwise I think we're all set. So I do want to thank you guys for stopping in and watching. I really appreciate it. I've been enjoying this, and I've definitely got some more things to work on. Maybe next time I'll explain what this monstrosity is.